You're probably like, Nina, what the heck is an AIDA? Like, what does that mean? Don't worry, I'm going to explain it right now. AIDA is a marketing funnel, and I've applied it to my keyword research methods and to how I actually group my content together. Because aside from like popular belief, this is incorrect, that every keyword is like its own thing. No. Every keyword is a part of an entire ecosystem on your website. So no blog post exists in a vacuum. It has to be a part of the ecosystem. And that means you need to think of how they interact with each other. So that's where I bring in this AIDA funnel. And I found this incredibly helpful for increasing my time on page, increasing my number of pages per session. So every user that comes to my site will move more like through my site, which is a really great way to convert them for sales. And it's also a way that I'm able to get posts that can't rank on Google to actually get traction. And a lot of those posts are money-making posts because sometimes it can't rank or it takes a really long time to rank for certain keywords, but we still want to make money. This is the exact method that I use to turn my website into an SEO sales funnel, where I literally had someone who at the time was an affiliate marketing expert. They've now retired. And they said, they were like, how the hell did you manage to scale your income so fast? I didn't scale my page views, but I tripled my affiliate income. And it was literally just down to this. Now it's something that I do to actually sell my products. So I'm going to talk you through how this works. So AIDA stands for awareness, interest, desire, and action. Basically, that's like kind of the order in which people will move. It's usually like in a funnel that they show it, like an upside down triangle. But it moves them from like just learning what the brand is to like actually starting to engage with the idea of the brand to like thinking about purchasing but needing a bit more information to actually making a purchase. So that's the way that that works in order. But what does that mean for blog posts? Well, just like with a brand, they actually need to get to know the topic as well. So I see AIDA funnels for bloggers and content creators and online business owners a little bit less about the overall brand and more about the topic itself. Most people right now don't care about brands quite as much as they care about actually getting help. So if you can prove that you can help them, you're Gucci, you're ready, you're good to go. So how do we do that? Well, first you start off by having blog posts that introduce the topic. So those are going to be things that are like kind of overarching question. So I'm going to give examples through this of a topic cluster that I have on She Knows SEO. A topic cluster is just like a small grouping of blog posts together. So if we think of like the whole ecosystem of our like business and our website, a topic cluster is just going to be like one little, I don't know, subclimate, essentially, I guess. I'm not really good at ecology. I don't know why I chose that. It's a metaphor here. But essentially, think of it as like a little clique almost in a friend group. So it's going to be like the clique in the school, whatever. It's just like this grouping of kids. They're all like jocks or something. That's how we're connecting it. So for my internal linking topic cluster, my awareness keyword is what is internal linking? It's pretty basic because it's like, what is the thing? Now, awareness can be harder to rank for depending on how popular your topic is, but it is so necessary because how is someone going to trust you if you don't start with the basics? So if you just suddenly like jump into like really advanced analysis or you just jump to selling to them, how do they know that you know your shit? They don't. So that's where this comes in. Now, there's also a lot of other ones you could do. So for example, for internal linking, it's a small cluster. I'm not done it yet, but one of the ones I'm looking at for awareness is like how to increase your pages per session or how to like get people to stay on your site longer. Those are two keywords that are common issues people have, and they don't know what the solution is yet. I know what it is. I know that it's internal linking, but they're not sure yet. So that's why the awareness is getting them aware of internal linking. Then we move on to interest, and that's building interest in this thing. So with internal linking, now that they know what it is, they want to know why to do it and like a bit of information on how to do it. So that's going to be things like, do you mark an internal link no follow? Can you internal link between categories? Examples of things like that, maybe like anchor text and things like that. So it's me getting more into kind of the theory of the thing. When I had my old travel blog, listicles were really popular here, where it's like things to do in X location. It's getting people interested in the idea of actually taking that vacation. So then we move on to desire. Desire is where many blog posts have to stop because typically, if you're trying to send them to an affiliate, like the action has to be a buy now button. And if it's not our product, we can't have them do that. But when you actually own your income and have your own product, then you can have them take action with your stuff. So action may or may not happen on your website, depending on if you are selling products or not. So for desire, that's where we're going to get kind of like very specific things. It's not just review posts. So yes, we can have reviews. In that case, mine is a Link Whisper review, but we can also have like hyper specific, really like someone is ready to take action kind of posts. So like the best way I can explain it is by giving examples. It's hard to like fully verbalize. But basically that person is like ready to book the trip. So they're looking at like the microcosms. They're like, okay, I don't know why I'm using ecology. I'm so sorry. But they're looking at like, okay, here's a review of like that specific really individual church I want to go to. They're looking at like the minutia and like the little details someone's going to do right before they take action. So with desire for the internal linking, I have my Link Whisper guide, but I also have a couple other posts about tutorials for doing specific things with Link Whisper to kind of like additionally add. They're not reviews, but they're like specific guides. So like how to use Link Whisper for affiliate revenue and things like that. So the whole point there is like, yes, the goal is that you will go and use Link Whisper. If you have it already, then you're good to go. But I'm giving you something really specific that will encourage you to take an action. And that action isn't just, okay, you've decided you're going to internal link. It's like, no, you're going to go book the thing. That just so happens that the action is happening off my website. So a lot of people think desire is only like roundups of like best hotels or like specific reviews of products and things like that. It's not. It's the hyper specific posts that someone is not going to read unless they're really trying to figure out like if they're going to make an action on this and make a move. So again, in travel, it was often like the very specific like individual tour or place review, kind of like, not even a review, that's the wrong term, but like, okay, I went to this museum, here's my experience. Is it worth going to this thing? So it's the stuff people look at when they're like finalizing what they're about to do. Now, I often give the example as well with these of Mog's Crocs, because like I love dog Crocs, they're very fun. And so desire in that case, it could be something like a review of the Wagwellies Crocs that he has, or it could also be a roundup of like different footwear that he has. He has a lot of it. He's allergic to grass. It's a whole thing. But it could also be more specific things like, okay, how do I get his foot in them? How do we deal with like with water in them? How to clean them? Things like that, where someone's like trying to figure out if they're going to purchase this thing, but they want to know the maintenance. So don't worry too much about it only being like someone who's like just going to click on this one post. Think about all the different objections and turn them into desire posts. So the desire is basically us overcoming objections. Then lastly, we have action. Now, again, if this is for affiliates, you're just sending them to whatever that like site is for them to actually go book via that. But if you have your own products, that's where we're sending them to our sales page. So from my internal linking, what I could have done is, let's say I had an internal linking course. I like to put it inside of my overall SEO courses, because again, I believe SEO is like a holistic thing and you can't just piecemeal it together. Otherwise, you're not going to have success. So with that, I'm going to send them to a specific, let's call it like internal linking masterclass. So I'm going to, in my desire posts, have calls to action that send them to my sales pages. And that's how we're going to funnel them through our site. But how do we connect all of these posts? Well, I've been talking about it this whole time. We connect it with internal linking. So internal linking is how you're going to take something that is an awareness, that is like a very introductory topic, and turn it into something that is going to actually get you saved. It's how you're going to be able to have people kind of like join at whatever point they want. Think of it almost like a hop on, hop off bus tour. Wherever they're at, they can jump on the bus. The buses go into the same place. The bus is all headed to one stop, and that stop is some sort of action. So someone can join if they're already at the desire phase. Other people can join at awareness, and then it's your job to move them through to the desire. And that's where I find you can kind of beat the algorithms a lot with this, because you're building up your topical authority, which does help the algorithms. But mainly you're capturing that person's interest, and you're really showing that you know your shit. And when it comes to someone trusting you enough to take action and purchase from you or purchase your recommendation, they need to trust you. So this is massively going to improve your conversion rates. I know it did for me. And it was how I was able to go from $10,000 a month to $30,000 a month without writing a ton of new content, without that's not true. I wrote a couple new posts, but not 30K worth of new posts. But it's how I leveraged what I already had and how I connected everything so that no blog post existed in a vacuum, and so that I made sure my audience was going on a journey and I was curating that journey. So why does this matter to you? Well, I have done for you services, and in our SEO services, we offer AIDA keyword research. So that's where we're going to actually go through for your niche. We're going to figure out the gaps that you already have in your existing content, and we're going to find keywords for you that can create this little ecosystem for you. I keep using that term. I don't know why. But we can also do it by analyzing existing content. If you already have 10 blog posts that you're okay, they're not doing great, we can actually go through and adjust their keywords or find gaps in it that would be good for newer content. And we help businesses get set up the right way from the start. So rather than waiting 10 years or even a year, writing 10 posts, they do nothing for you, and you're oh, I can't do SEO, it just doesn't work for my business. Let us do it for you. My business, we have been doing this for a while for She Knows SEO, and there's a reason that it makes about the same as sites that are getting 1.5 million page views a month, where I tend to get between 30 to 50,000. And that's because it's all about the conversions. And so we can actually help you get that set up from the get-go. And my expert team of content writers are going to be able to actually write copy that is customized to you, but is AIDA keyword method. And we don't use AI for that. We're very careful that this is human generated. We do AI services, but we keep those very separate because we totally respect that not everyone wants AI in their business, and it's your business. You get to choose that. But if you would love to work with us, please look at the link below. It's sheknowsSEO.co/services, and that's where we have all of our services for different keyword research, for creating blog packages, for all sorts of things. Honestly, if there's anything SEO that you might need, we probably do it, and you can find it there. Now, the reason that we do packages is, again, because I see everything as holistic. I know it's kind of a buzzword in marketing, but it's true. SEO is not just one thing, it's multiple things. And so me finding you one keyword isn't going to help you. Me finding you, I don't know, one post on your site that you should update isn't going to help. We really need to look at the site as a whole and figure out where you have gaps, what's not working, and what we can improve to get you more traffic. But my whole point of all traffic is to get you income that you actually own. So my favorite thing, and I will do it for affiliates, we will do it for ad revenue, don't worry. But if you have a product, we really, really, really want to help you make more sales from your product on autopilot. And I know that's such an annoying buzzword term as well, but it's true. I had to take a month off for bereavement leave very unexpectedly. I wasn't able to set up anything in my business to cover that time off. I had so many things I had to cancel, and I had to just pause everything. But because it was unexpected, I also couldn't pause expenses. So I couldn't give retainer stuff, retainer clients contract days. I don't know what the term is, freelancers, I guess, contractors, that's the word I'm looking for. I couldn't pause them early enough to give them notice. So I still had all of my usual expenses, but I wouldn't have had any of my income if I didn't have this set up. And I know that it was my SEO funnel because I turned off my normal blog funnels and my email funnels because I was supposed to redo them and I hadn't done it yet. That was my next step. And then everything fell to pieces. But I still made more than a livable income from this. I made a fifth of my law firm salary just from my SEO sales funnel on a site that, again, doesn't get 1 million page views a month. And that was very much thanks to this. So we want to help you do the same. It's very much a way that I make sure I feel comfortable and algorithm proof in my business. And it's also really a great way to connect with your audience and build a community so that they trust you, they really appreciate your knowledge, and they feel like you show up for them at whatever stage they're at. So if you want to work together, head to sheknowsseo.co/services. We are here to help. Have a lovely day. Bye.